Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a wig review. I'm here to show you Gabor Forever Chic in the color GL6-30. Forever Chic is a long LOB, which is a long bob, and she's very sleek, very straight. She has a double monofilament, lace front, really cute. So if you want to know more about Forever Chic, stick around. This review is another collaboration partnership with name brand Wigs. They did send me Forever Chic so that I could show her to all of you. It's a brand new release from Gabor. They've released a couple of new styles and I'm really excited to be able to show you this one. It's super fun to be able to see what the new styles are for the season, what the companies are releasing, and so I'm very grateful to name brand Wigs for giving me a quick look at this brand new style. So let me show you what Forever Chic looks like from all sides and we'll talk all about this piece. But quickly, I want to remind you that name brand Wigs is one of my trusted online retailers. I have them listed in my trusted online, I think it says trusted retailers or something like that, document on my website, and I've been purchasing from them for many years, long before we started working together on some of these reviews. If you've not check them out, or if you're not familiar with them, please go to namebrandwigs.com. They have tons of great resources. In addition to selling wigs, they have a blog, they have educational articles, they have great customer service, so I really recommend that you check them out. And if you're curious about this piece, then go to the description below. I will have it linked for you so that you'll be able to check it out online. All right, let's take a look at this wig from all sides. Very sleek, very straight, slight A-lines. You'll want to see that's very slightly longer in the back than in the front. I don't review very many straight wigs, so it's always fun for me to be able to try out a straight wig. Something I noticed right off the bat with this one, the fibers are very straight. They're stick straight and they're fairly dense. They're kind of a coarse, dense fiber, and so one of the things you'll notice if you were to purchase this one, there's a lot of little flyaways right out of the box. That is very common for very straight wigs like this that are a little bit of a thicker, coarser hair fiber. So you'll want to just be prepared for that. You can definitely train them over time as you wear them more, and even use some product on pieces like this. The fibers will settle down and start to tame a little bit as they get maybe a little bit dirty, a little bit coated. So don't ever be afraid of that when you get one of these straight pieces out of the box. Just manage your expectations and you can expect that, and then that way you'll start to learn how to deal with it. One of the things I do a lot with pieces like this, because of all of that, you often get these wayward strands here and there. You can kind of see maybe a little bit, this one right here, that just sort of hang in your face. Sometimes just plucking a little of those out of the way, you basically just pull it out and get rid of it, and you do that over time. These wigs have quite a bit of hair, so you're not going to make it look thin by just plucking onesie-twosie pieces out. Sometimes that can help. It can also help to use some water, put some water on the fibers, tame them down, use water to start to redirect them. If you spray some water at the cap and then start to kind of do this with it, you'll start to redirect some of those knots. Sometimes when you get these kind of flyaways, it's just knots that have gotten out of place and are directing the hair fiber in the way that you don't want it to go. So just a few tips on how to deal with flyaways on wigs like this. Let's, my general first impressions is that this piece is very, very flat, no real permatease. Actually, I don't even want to say no real permatease, no permatease at all. If you're looking for an extremely flat to the head, low profile shape, this is that. This is somebody who has taken a flat iron to their hair, blow dried it super sleek and straight, and then ran a flat iron over it to make it extremely straight and shiny. That's what this looks like. It does not look overly shiny like a wig shine. It just really looks like healthy hair. But it is definitely a coarser feeling fiber. They're a little bit of a thicker, coarser fiber. Sometimes with wigs like Ellen Villa is one I think of, and some Gabor wigs, you will find that the fibers feel really light and airy and wispy, and it's hard to describe unless you felt it, but that doesn't really feel like that to me. This feels a lot kind of coarser and a lot straighter. I really like that we have so many choices when it comes to wigs, and so sometimes people don't want those wispy pieces or any kind of a wave pattern at all. They really want like a sleek, straight piece, and that's what you're going to get on this one. This one also has a very unique cap. So let's talk about the lace front, and then I'm going to show you this cap because it's a little different, and I've never seen a cap like this from Gabor. So you've got your lace front. They do a great job with their lace front. I have Gabor at the top of my list of wigs that make wig manufacturers that have great lace fronts. Even with the brunettes, they do such a good job of using little knotting, and look at how you've got a little bit of scalp appearance there. They don't do like a super dense knotting straight across. That's just not realistic. Nobody has a super straight across hairline. So I like that they do that. Although it's very easy to remedy that. If you get a wig that doesn't look realistic in the front, you can pluck some of those hairs out, and that really helps a lot. And I show that in a Tip Tuesday. If you just search for, I think, Denise Sheets pluck or something like that, you'll probably find where I show you how to pluck apart and pluck a hairline. This also has a full monotop, and it's actually a double layer monotop, which is so awesome, especially if you have total hair loss. It is such a soft, comfortable cap because of that. I'm really enjoying this top. So you can actually part this anywhere you want on the top, this whole area here. But I will caution you, when you get a monotop cap, one of the challenges that you have with that is that it's harder to redirect that part, because the knotting, and I'll show this to you, the knotting has to go through 2 layers in order to redirect the knots so that you can change that part. I am finding this to be a little bit difficult to change the part on. So I recommend that you get the cap, you spray it down with water, you get it wet, and then you have to slowly keep working whatever you're trying to do with that part, using a wide tooth comb, using your hands, continue to work to try to rearrange those knots, and you'll find that you'll be able to change that, but it won't just do it super easily, and that's why. So you've got this double monofilament, this super soft material here. It's so soft. I mean, it's so nice. And then that's over another layer is what it gives the appearance of scalp. So it really is a premium cap. And then I want you to look at this lace front. Look at how deep this lace front is. Now this lace is a little bit scratchy, a little different than I'm used to from Gabor. It just feels just a little bit rough and scratchy right there. Not anything too terrible, but it's not a super fine, light lace. And so it's going to actually have, I think, some good toughness. It's going to be able to withstand quite a bit. But I want you to know why I think this is unique, because it's going to give you a thick area of scalp appearance before you head into that mono part. Sometimes, and this I think would be one of those times, when you get a double monofilament, when you get material that's different between the lace and the monotop, or when you get a line across. In a lot of full monotop wigs, you get a line across, and it's a line of reinforcement that reinforces that material a little bit, because the lace fronts and the monotops can be a little bit more delicate. If they do it so it's all one piece, you run more of a risk of ripping and fraying. So they put a line there to reinforce it, make it stronger. But what it does inadvertently is you can see it sometimes when you're styling your hair. And if I can, I'm not sure, let me grab a comb here. I want to try to show that to you so that you know what I'm talking about. And I'm just not sure if I'm going to be able to part this enough to see it. Well, they've done a really good job of hiding it, so I'm not seeing it. I thought I could see it on my scalp a little. I'm not going to be able to show it on camera. A little bit better than I can see it now, but let me just explain it just a little bit better. So you've got it on, you part your hair. If you can see a line right there and it's too far to the front, that makes some people nervous. I don't personally get bothered by that. Nobody's looking at my scalp that closely. You would have to be standing completely still and someone would have to be staring at your scalp so close to see that. We often see these things more than anybody in the real world ever will. But when you get this amount of space here, that puts any line much further back on your head, and nobody's really going to see that at all. So I appreciate, though, that they did that just in case there was a risk of seeing that. This also has those nice soft ear tabs with the bendable stays. It does not have an extended nape, and it does have the Velcro adjusters, which I appreciate and a lot of us really like. So Gabor makes very comfortable caps. I have found Gabor caps to be really true to average, sometimes even a little bigger than average. I actually have this one cinched in a little bit, and my measurement is 22 inches. My circumference is 22 inches. I actually could probably cinch this in even more than I do have it. So I think you might be able to get in up to a 23-inch circumference comfortably on this cap. I'm not finding a ton of stretch. There is a little bit, but it isn't the stretchiest cap I've ever had. And I think part of that has to do with that mono top. I just got myself a nice little knot in here as I was messing around. I kind of try to balance not giving myself so much work putting these on with trying to show you as much as I can with the cap on and off, so you'll have to forgive me as I try to rearrange myself here versus stopping the video and getting all situated. One of the things I will tell you though is I am finding this to get just a little bit tangly. Some of it has to do with those really kind of coarse straight fibers, and so I just recommend you walk around with a wide tooth comb. This is not such a long length that any tangles are going to get out of hand or be kind of ridiculous, but I have noticed that I've needed to comb through this even as I was playing with it, learning about it, wearing it a little bit. So I would just caution you about that a little bit, but it's not really terrible. There, I think I got it situated. So the fit on me, like I said, I have it cinched in. I'm 22-inch circumference. I do not have a ton. Well, actually, let me take that back. This cap is so nice and soft and flexible. Sometimes you'll get a mono top like this and it's a little bit rougher. And then if you get a lot of extra cap because your head is smaller than the cap is meant to fit, you can get like a cone head up here or a little bit of extra material. I do not feel that I get any kind of a cone head. I really feel like it hugs my scalp awesome, but I still have extra cap when I do this. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. I feel like I can still wear this even though it's a little big on me, but I think it's big head friendly. So even though it doesn't stretch a lot, I'm getting enough extra cap that I'm going to call this big head friendly. I really think it is. I will tell you though that the ear tabs do fall kind of high on me. And so I'm not getting as good a coverage over here as I would like. I would prefer these ear tabs to be just a little bit lower. That way I would get a little bit better coverage if I wanted to tuck. But the trade-off, and I've said this in many videos, the trade-off is it's so easy to tuck because those ear tabs don't come all the way down to my ear. So I just, when I tuck a wig that I don't get awesome coverage on, it's good, it's not terrible. I just have to get really creative and either cut a little wispies in with my razor comb, which I show in all kinds of videos, or just kind of play with it a little bit so I get that to come down just a little bit. Other than that, I know that straight wigs like this are very popular tucking wigs, and I would say this is very tuckable for me. It also means that you'll be able to wear glasses with this really well if it falls similarly on you, and that's just really going to depend on how your measurements compare to mine. So glasses, tucking, all A+ for me. And then let's give it the bang test. And I've already done this, so I know, but I think you're gonna have no problem putting bangs in this one. I think it just lays so beautifully, so flat and so flush. It's just because it's sort of all one length and you don't have any fringe here, unless you're very, very skilled with cutting bangs and wigs, you're probably going to have to go to someone for help with that because there is no template already built for you. Sometimes when we get these wigs with just a little bit of a long fringe, it's already got the template built. You just got to trim it up a little bit. This one you're going to have to start from scratch because it is all one length. It's not heat friendly, so you're not going to be taking heat to this one, and it's not going to get the same frayed, frizzy friction on the ends like a heat friendly wig might. So for those of you who are worried about that, don't worry about it. Let's talk about the color now. I've really covered, I think, this thing thoroughly. Final assessment, it is super, super comfortable, super flat, no permatease, no poof, which is not necessarily a good thing. If you like fullness and poof, you're not getting that on this one. But otherwise, it is professional and polished and sleek. Really awesome. I haven't seen a wig like this in a while. So let's talk about this color. Mahogany, GL6-30. I believe I've reviewed this color before. I know I've had a wig in this color before, but it's been a while. This is a beautiful auburn brunette, warm, chocolatey auburn brunette. I'm going to linger for a second so that you can see it. I will get you guys outside as well. Wigs are a funny beast, especially synthetic wigs, because they take on such different looks inside versus outside. And so a lot of us will mention that do reviews when you're inside and we've got all the studio lighting, which we absolutely need. Sometimes it can make a wig look a lot brighter or lighter than it is, and it can make it look a little bit shinier than it typically is. I still think it's a good representation though, because you might be someplace with really bright lighting, but that's why I also get outside. But look at that beautiful blending. There are no stark highlights on this one. It is dynamic while being a little bit understated. It is very much an auburn. You've got the 6, which is a medium brown, just kind of blended great with the 30, which is a medium auburn. No rooting, so it is consistent all the way from root to tip. And it doesn't look salon highlighted. It just is so pretty. So I always like to say, especially if you're new to wig wearing, color can be super hard. And when you get heavily highlighted wigs or really dynamic wigs, it can vary a lot from wig to wig. But I will say this color in the Gabor line, GL6-30, which is mahogany, I have seen multiple wigs with this color. It's very consistent from piece to piece because of how they've blended it. You're not worried about like any big highlights being placed differently or heavier handed highlights in the front giving it a much lighter appearance. It's just really, really consistent all the way through. So if you like a darker auburn, if you like sort of a medium dark brunette, you like red tones, you want something a little bit chocolatey, a little bit warm, you like the little bit of auburn, I strongly encourage you to check this color out. It's kind of one of my favorite darker brunettes. Honestly, it's been a favorite for a while, and every time I see it, I continue to think to myself, wow, what an attractive color. All right, everyone, that's it for you. I'm going to get outside right now so that you can see this color outside. This is out of the box. I'm not going to tack on an out of the box today because it looked just like this. I didn't have to do, the only thing I really had to do was try to work with getting this part because it was very crisscross and it wasn't cooperating with me. And that's why I told you in the beginning about the struggles with a double monofilament. This one, other than that, it didn't have bad box hair. It didn't really need any intervention at all. So let me know if you have questions about this one. Otherwise, thank you, Wigs. Thank you to Name Brand Wigs for sending me this one. I'm so appreciative, and check them out if you're so inclined, and we'll see you later. All right, here we are. Just this beautiful color outside. This is a great color to show outside. So pretty. I like to try to linger. I'm starting to learn as I watch these back how helpful it is to kind of come up close like this, and even sometimes to turn so the background looks a little different. It can be so helpful. I'm so looking forward to nicer weather. I don't know where you live, but we're done. Winter can be done. Although my boys, let's see if I can get them in here, still enjoy it out here. But they can have it. All right, everyone. Hopefully you got to see what you wanted to see with this beautiful auburn. It's really gorgeous, really natural. It's just a really pretty color. All right, thanks for watching. Hey everyone, we've got the unboxing for Forever Chic in the color Mahogany. So pretty. This is got the tags on. I haven't even tried it on. What I think is so interesting is it has a double monofilament here. It's for comfort, I think. It's got very soft material over the mono top, which I think if you've got total hair loss, you're gonna appreciate. Ooh, this cap fits not snug necessarily, but perfectly. I'm thinking this cap run's just a little small, actually, for a Gabor wig. It fits me like a glove. I usually have a little more room in Gabor's. All right, this is Forever Chic. Really interesting cap feel. Look at that cute lob, long bob. Very cute. No real box hair to deal with at all. Where am I? Yeah, the fibers feel awesome. This, honestly, the fit and feel of this is like a hand-tied cap. It's not a hand-tied cap, but it feels a lot like a hand-tied cap. It's really comfortable, really amazing. Not low density, moderate density, but no permatease. Wow, what a cute style. Well, this out of the box was uneventful too. I just did another one and neither one of these had any box hair. So there you go, out of the box.